Hello, my beautiful friends. So, today's message is going to be about intentions and intentionality, and how do we grow a YouTube channel. So, I almost have 300 subscribers, which who ever knew that I would ever have more than 10, to be honest. But it brings into question why we go on YouTube. Like, why do this? Why don't I just write in my journal, which I've done for years? Why don't I, why do I feel the need to share whatever's in my head and whatever comes out on the cards? Why do I have a need to share that with you? And so, or on YouTube in this platform, because it's, you're very vulnerable, right? When you're out here talking about your beliefs and putting yourself out there. So that's the work that I've committed to doing this year. Is really thinking about what it is I'm doing here. Why am I doing this? Right? So I already know some of the added benefits of having met all the folks, sort of in this little community that we're building with Hestia and Disco Desert, and I'm going to get all the names wrong, so I don't want to do that. But having met all the different people that we've met through our sister exchange, and the comments of all the folks that comment on this channel, who are from all over the world, it's really been tremendous. It's really been positive. But in my reflection and thinking about like why I want to do this, it really comes down to a few different things. One, I want to share light and love through a platform that can get to people, which is YouTube right now. Sometimes I will repost on Instagram, and sometimes on TikTok. My videos tend to be too long for that, and I don't have that jazzy style that I think is on Instagram and TikTok, because I'm an old person, right? And I'm not sensational. Like, this is who I am. This is me. I'm not an actress. I'm doing what I do. I did see on YouTube that there really isn't anybody out here reading Rune Stones, which is the divination tool that I use and that I'm most comfortable with. So, there was a niche in the community that wasn't being filled. So, that's another reason. And I wanted, like, every time I watch videos, I'm like, I'm a skeptic at heart. So when I watch things, I'm like, all right, like, what is their end game? Is their end game to make a profit? Like, they want money, they want fame, like they want, like, look at me. If you saw 10 Things I Hate About You, based on a Shakespearean play, by the way, like, what is it that the person's after? I don't like things that are not authentic. So I wanted there to be at least one channel that I knew would be authentic, and that's this channel. Like, I have no need to be famous. I have no need to have 1 million subscribers. I don't make any money off the channel. I mean, there's a Venmo link if you want to donate, because some people do, and have that money goes right back out to charity. Like, I don't want to make, not that I don't want to make money, because I do like supporting charity, but I don't need this to be my living. I have a job that I love, and I make good money doing that job. So this isn't for that. This is really just because I want other Christians to know that it's okay to participate in the spiritual community, that these things are not opposed to each other, no matter what the church says. You can be Christian and you can still celebrate the Eightfold Wheel. You can be Christian and do rituals that bring meaning to you in your spiritual practice. I want people who have left the church to know they're not alone. So there's that piece of it. There's also that sort of Celtic spirituality bit that, for other Celtic spirituality people to know that they're not alone, that there are others out here who are celebrating that sort of a path. So, really it's informational, educational, hopefully entertaining. I feel like I'm entertaining. I entertain myself anyway. But my channel is small. I don't do anything to promote it, so that, there are 290 some of you out here. That's fantastic. I would like to have more, I think, because I think the message of light and love is important. And I think there needs to be more real people on YouTube spreading that message. And definitely the community through Hestia and the different people that I've been connected with. All of these folks are real people who are doing like true, I don't know the words. Can you believe it? I'm speechless now. That are authentic. right? These are authentic people who are doing what they're doing because they believe it's bringing light and love into the world. They're not out for a profit. They're not out to have some kind of false prophet message. So that is the focus of the work that I'm doing. And so in 2024, I'm called to really bring a little bit more to this than I have. So I did get a camera while I was away. I'll be tinkering around with that this weekend so that you can see the rune stones and the cards. I'll be using OBS, and then eventually when I master it, I'll make a video on how I did it so that you can do that at home if you want, because I find all the videos that are out there to, like, you have to have some kind of knowledge first before you can do it. And so, like, I struggled with OBS because I didn't have the baseline knowledge, but I do now. We have a studio at work and everything is already done and you just press buttons and it works. But when you're doing it at home, you need a little bit more. So expect some changes in that direction. But me, Beth, I'm going to always be the same. And so I'm going to ask Spirit to just give me a stone that I can reflect on as I begin to make this channel a little bit more serious. Please like and subscribe if you don't like and subscribe already. Please share with others because that is the way that channels grow. And we'll see where it goes. We'll see if I hit 300. How's that? All right, we have our Iona stones and our Icelandic stones. And we have our green man. So just asking Spirit for one stone for this work that I've committed to doing in 2024. What should I focus on? This one caught in my finger. So this must be it. This is my same stone from yesterday. Spirit's like, I told you what this was. It's Kinaz. Which means leadership. It means creativity. It means, like, get busy. So that must be what the Kinaz meant from yesterday. Because I got it again today. Just to, get moving and, to, I watch a lot of YouTube channels and I like historical ones, right? I have a lot of Scottish channels that I follow that talk about history and stories and stuff like that. I enjoy those. But when it comes to spirituality stuff, like tarot readers and stuff like that, I have varying degrees of skepticism about what's going on there. I don't know. I just feel like some of it's for show. I don't want to judge a person's path, so I'm not gonna, but sometimes I just think it's horse hockey. And it's hard to discern what's horse hockey and what's not, because people can make things look really good, right? So I'm only going to pull from Earth Wisdom. It was just the first deck I grabbed. I'm just going to get cards from this deck and see what Spirit has to say in conjunction with the Kinaz stone. Oh, you know what's funny? A stone came out. I didn't even see this. I don't know how I pulled this out. But next to Kinaz was Gibo, which is gift. How funny is that? I didn't pull it. It must have come out with one of the Iona stones. Oh, I pulled it out instead of my Icelandic stone. And I didn't notice it because it's the same color. That was Spirit wanting me to pay attention. This is a gift to be able to do this, to be able to have the technology to do it. I love Spirit. All right. Let's do 3 passes and see what cards come out to go with Kinaz and gift. If I had my overhead camera, you would have seen this. You would have seen that Gibo came out. Which is gift. I got a necklace when I was in Arizona. I had a blacksmith make me a Gibo necklace. Okay, just one card came out. And that is heart healing. And I really do believe that the work that I do, the spiritual work that I do, at least in conjunction with others, is to help people heal, especially if they've been in a Christian tradition. If you're new to the channel, I was going to be a nun, so I was about as religious as you can get. And when you walk away from that, I was just having a conversation on a Facebook group with somebody who is in, who just feels so guilty because the church doesn't resonate for her anymore. But she is very Christian, you know, she still believes in Jesus and things like that, but she's walked away from sort of and she goes toward the spiritual stuff, and then she gets overcome with guilt. And I 100% understand that, because I've been there. And I don't get there anymore, because I understand that our paths are designed by God, and you don't need to be in a church to be a Christian. You don't need to believe the Bible 100% to be Christian. I think the Bible is inspired. I think it's been written by men, specifically men. I think a lot has been left out. I think a lot has been edited. I think people have used it to justify doing bad things. I think there's a lot of good stuff in it too. You have to just look at it and say, these are the things that I can take away from it that help promote light and love in the world. We look at the behavior of Jesus and the things that he did when he was on this earth. They were filled with light and love. He worked with the poor. He worked with the sick. He tried to break down social and economic barriers between groups of people. He tried to get people not to be racist. You know, like, he did light and love work here when he was on earth, and they killed him for it. I believe he rose from the dead after 3 days, but, you know, some people don't believe that, and that's fine. What you believe is fine. I don't need a church to tell me what I need to believe. And I don't need a church to give me a bunch of rules to follow, or a bunch of things, their approved rituals to do, to believe those things. I can believe Jesus is light and love, and I can believe in him and the work he did here without all that other nonsense. So I feel like the message I have, you know, is for people who come out of that tradition, who are held to whatever rules their denomination had, because a lot of denominations spend a lot of time talking about how bad witchcraft is. And I doubt they even understand I don't understand what witchcraft is, because I'm not a witch, but from the people I've met, the things I've read, I don't see anything in there that says they worship the devil. I don't see anything in there that says they do the devil's work. So I think that's an interpretation and a propelling of a myth that is based on bupkis, I think. So I am wishing you all the best in light and love. Please share small channels like mine with others if you think that they are good and they resonate with you. And I look forward to the changes that are coming to make the channel better. And I would love to hear topics. I have somebody had requested Ogham. I'll be doing something on St. Bridget, which will be our next eightfold wheel celebration at Imbolc. And St. Bridget's Day. So I have those things coming up. But if there's anything that you specifically want to hear about or learn about within the realm of Celtic spirituality, please let me know in the comments below. It helps in the algorithm, apparently. Wishing you all the best in light and love. Be well. Bye-bye.